Next up, we've got Marseille against AC Milan, a repeat of the 1993 final when Marseille won. And that's still the only time a French team has ever won the trophy. Milan, though, Steve, starting with them, have changed their manager this year. They've got Leonardo, who we'll all remember from his Brazil days, as manager. It's his first job as a manager. He's been working at the club for a long time, but they played the derby against Inter the other week and they got beaten 4-0. And they're not what they were. If you sell Kaká, as they have, you know, you're really trading on your reputation to a degree this season.
Exactly what they are. I mean, they haven't been the same side for a couple of years now, have they? So I watched them, I think it was probably, was it last year when they played Portsmouth at Portsmouth, and everyone was saying how well Portsmouth done and get a 2-2. In the end, they had it stolen away from them, and you know, Portsmouth weren't a great side at that stage. So, you know, it's almost a case of how the mighty have fallen here. And as you say, I think they're living on their reputation, and this is not a game where they're unbeatable here. No,
absolutely not. I should say as well, Maldini, of course, has retired. He may not have been the player he was at the age of 40 last year, but it's a big loss after 23 years, I think, in the team. Prices on the game. Marseille are favourites, which reflects the fact they're at home. They'll have a 60,000 crowd there. They're 6-4. AC Milan are 15-8, and the draw is 11-5. You imagine Milan would take a draw here, wouldn't you, Steve? Because they're probably going for second spot in this group behind Real Madrid. If you get a draw in an away game like this, and you can get Marseille back to your place.
Well, they'll consider that it's going to be out of them and Marseille who finishes second. So certainly this is psychologically, this is not a game that they can afford to lose. As you say, Marseille have the most fanatical fans in France. You know, that's a well-known fact, and this will be a tough game. As you say, AC Milan, if they can get something here, will be more than pleasant.
I think they'll be relieved if they can get out with a point.
I'm not sure of the quality of Marseille, having said that.
Well, they've spent a lot of money in the summer of Marseille. They finished second in the French league last year, but we saw them in Europe last year in Liverpool's group, and they finished third in that group. So they'll need to come on in leaps and bounds if they're to get through. Although the fact Milan are weak certainly gives them a chance. Well, we think the draw might be the best bet on this game. Not convinced about either team's ability to win it. The draw's available at 9-4. But if you want a different way to play it, we're expecting a tight, low-scoring game, so you can split your stakes over a 0-0 and a 1-1 scoreline. They're available at 7-1 and 11-2, respectively.
Might also be a thought to maybe a bet in play here. If there's no early goal, say after 15 minutes, if you can have a look at the under 2.5, under 2 goals.
Idea. Yeah,
you know, because if this game won't open up, if it's, you know, if you get the first quarter of an hour and it's tight, it won't be any different for the rest of the game.
That's a great shout. We picked out under 2 goals for you actually as a second bet, but if you're an in-play exchange user, most people will do that on the betting.
You can only see this game opening up if there's an early goal.
Absolutely right. Unders at the moment, under 2 goals. Well, look how short that is. 113-100 on under 2 goals. Marseille, they don't have a world-class goal scorer. They've signed Fernando Morientes, of all people, this summer, who's very close to the Marseille coach, Didier Deschamps, but they don't have a standout goal scorer, so that's a great shout actually to maybe keep an eye on it, and if the game is looking like a bit of a low one,
then it's going to change.
Yeah, you might
AC Milan will take the draw.
They take it now, wouldn't they?
Italians are good at closing the game down, and you've also got Marseille, and you just wonder what the quality of Marseille is going forward.
Yeah, absolutely right. They're the 2 bets, but as Steve says, have a look at it if you're into in-running betting. You're watching the Bet Republic Champions League preview show with me, James Eastham, and Steve Claridge. And after you finish watching the show, why not head over and check out everything else that Bet Republic has got to offer. You can set up your own profile and you can join in all the latest betting banter. And if you want to place a few bets with us, you can simply click on the link that you'll find to the Bet UK site.